Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Chuck Roast. I don't know if you remember back in the 70s, it could have been in the 60s too, the Reverend Bob Barker, who was the pastor of the Chickasaw Baptist Church. He had a morning show that came on. It's called Coffee with the Parsons. He was the pastor of the Chickasaw Baptist Church, and my aunt also went there. He also officiated both her sons' funerals, unfortunately. And so here's a picture of him. Also, too, if you want to see the clip of this guy to bring back old memories, I'm going to put that in the description down below. And I also want to give a shout out to Roland Fields. He's the one who's, this is actually his clip. But also go and subscribe to his channel, too, because he's really got some good local videos and old archive videos on his channel. And I've used several of them already. So anyway, let's get to having coffee with the Chuck Roast. So what I have, the way I do it is, since I drink a pretty good bit of coffee, is I buy it in bulk. This came from Amazon. This is Sumatra. It's a fairly strong coffee, but smooth. If you haven't never tried this before, you may want to go to Starbucks and try theirs. It's pretty close to it. Or you can get a smaller bag of this at Rouse's. Now, I buy this in bulk. This is, like I say, a 5-pound bag, and the price of this has pretty much remained the same. It hasn't gone up a whole lot. And so what I do is I get this clear pitcher, and I use this to fill these bags with. That way I don't spill them all over the place. And that's what these beans look like. You want a close-up look at that. And so what I've done is I've actually gone back old school. It's been well over 20 years since I've drank out of a percolator. And I believe this is the same model coffee pot that my mom had. So I remember that big old jewel light on the bottom of it kind of reminded me of the light that was on the front of my Fender Bassman 10. Now I do like the fact that you can adjust the strength of this at the bottom of this lever. You can push over to adjust that. And this was really clean when I got this from this yard sale. And if you ever run across cords like that, that's what those are. These things are pretty much universal for pretty much any coffee pot. So if you find them, hold on to them. Now, I just use a regular old grinder like this and pour those beans in there and grind it up and try to get it to the coarse I feel like it's necessary for this type of percolator. And you can get these little paper filters that will slide down over this, much like a filter for one of these drip coffee makers, and that will kind of mitigate any potential grounds getting into the mix. And so the way I do my morning coffee is I just take this one full bottle of water and put it in there, and then I use 4 tablespoons of Sumatra, and that's pretty much about the strength level I like it. So this one bottle of water equals basically 2 cups of coffee. So I've got this travel mug at Walmart. This has been one of the better ones I've tried so far. You know, I'm not going to spend $50 for a travel mug. Those Eddies probably are better, but I'm just not going to do it. And so I'm going to go ahead and let this perk on out, let you see how this thing works out at the end. So yeah. Thank you for having coffee with the Chuck Roast, whether it be morning time, afternoon, or sometimes some of you guys out there drink evening coffee. Take care, guys. I hope this has been somewhat informative, if nothing else, been somewhat entertaining. And that's how you do it, guys.